left my microphone inside of my stall. So, yeah, when I went there today, I found it and I was so happy to find my Rode microphone. Yeah, I can't believe I walked all the way back at 2 a.m. just to try to find that $30 microphone. So, these are my plushies that I did not sell. This, although it looks heavy, it's actually just bulky. So, it's actually really light. I sold something like, I sold something, I sold like about 61 stuffed animals. But the reason why I'm mentioning that is that there's some plushies that when people are buying it, I said like, three like dogs, and then that's so even though I sold at least 60 of them, it actually might have been about 63 or 66. So I got to do the numbers. Anyway, so I got rid of 66 stuffed animals in 2 days, and I'm very, very happy with the amount that I made. I was actually shocked, but yeah, so it was good. A lot of kids liked it, and my price point was good. I sold a lot of them at about $20. Today I did try to raise the price on some of these plushies, 25, 30. I think I sold one at 40. Yesterday I sold one at 60. And as dry as it sounds, I just wanted to tell you guys that, yeah, at least I made space. So this is one of those things where I would really recommend if anybody, has things that they want to like declutter, anime collections, plushie collections, whatever. Make sure you have a venue to get rid of them, and ideally, right, don't get more. But if you do get more, you got to be able to sell them. So I've kind of reached a point in my life where I see a lot of these stuffed animals as really just money makers. I don't like. I enjoy some of them. Don't get me wrong, but a lot of them, it's just I rather have the cash than the stuffed animal. There are some stuffed animals that I don't want to get rid of. It's like a little too sentimental to me, kind of thing. So yeah, I do have lunch. I did, someone got me lunch and I asked them how much is it, and they told me, oh, it's free, it's complimentary, and that was really nice of them. It was like, it was really great, you know. That's the thing about like people in Hawaii. Like sometimes they'll just like be nice to you, and then they're not asking for anything in return. But other people, they'll see those kind of gestures and they'll think, oh, this person must be suspicious. But no, that's just how Hawaii people are. Hawaii people are like very giving. There was this one person who was going around asking people like around them, like, oh, do you want some lihing mui? If you guys are not familiar with lihing mui, let me pop it up for you guys. It's this thing. It's boom. See how big this is? See how big this is? So I was looking at this and I thought to myself, oh my goodness, this is like freaking like bambucha kind. I mean like really big. And I found out where they're selling it, and it costs like $14.99 for 8 ounces of that little thing that I was showing you, that little dried plum. And it's really tasty. It's actually one of the best ones that I've had. But then again, it's also the most expensive one that I've had. So it kind of made me a little sad to realize that I really like it, but it's something like $30, $31, $32 a pound. And yeah, so that is how my day was. And yeah, let me show you guys me. See? So I'm really sweaty right now. It's like it's super humid. And as a result of that, I'm just like, oh my gosh, so hot and humid. Actually, you know what? Take this thing off. I'm not near anybody, so because I'm not near anybody, I can really just talk to you guys freely and things like that. Yeah, so it is sweaty. I'm sweaty. You can see how Hawaii weather is, and I'm just happy that I made a lot of sales. Yeah, so let me show you guys this over here. See? Oh no! See? Ta-da! And yeah, those aren't ones. So it's just quite a bit, and my stuff just fell down, and that's totally fine over here. And my food fell down. Yeah, but you can tell like I don't really get like high strung if like things fall down or something like that, because it's gonna get loaded up anyway, right? And yeah, so if you guys decide to sell anything, please make sure you have a fanny pack. Fanny packs help immensely. I've seen people where they have little pouches, but I like fanny packs because if I get up, like the pouch goes with me, right? It's not like I can lose this pouch. And I use this little fanny pack specifically for sewing. You'll never really see me use it any other reason. It's good to also because when I'm, grabbing cash, it's easy for me to just like grab a 5 or a 10 or 20 and or 50 and things like that and just move it out. I did speak to some people and they were giving me some selling advice, and these are people who have been sellers for a number of years. So there was one thing that I shared with you. I wanted to like keep a plushie set together because it was a set of 4. And then this one old timer seller told me, he said, you really should split it up. And I said, why? And he says, you figure not everyone's going to want to spend $100 on a plushie set. So wouldn't you rather have 4 buyers buying at 25 rather than one buyer at 100? And what if that one buyer tries to negotiate you down to 80? Then what? Right? Then you lose money versus that you hold your $25 price point. And I thought that really made sense, and I thanked them for that because I said, yeah, as a person who collects and also as a seller, sometimes I do get emotional, but you're right. You're absolutely right. I do need to think of things like that. I cannot let my selling judgment get clouded by my personal feelings if like, yes, I should be keeping it or not. It's really up to the buyer, right? If I can't sell all of it, then yeah, it's like I rather bring back home 2 plushies or 3 plushies rather than bring back 4 plushies. So out of the set, I only have a set of 3 now, but I rather bring home 3 plushies than just 4 plushies. See? And then I made $25. So I'm pretty hopeful about that kind of stuff. And yeah, so that is selling today, and I'm kind of exhausted. I didn't really eat breakfast yesterday. I ate like I'm on a pool, and then I skipped lunch, and then I didn't have dinner until about 10 p.m. Today I had a really light breakfast, and then lunch I had some Jack in the Box, but I was so busy selling, you guys, I couldn't eat really, and then I couldn't really enjoy eating and then also sell at the same time, because while I'm eating, right, if people are checking things out, I have to talk to them, I have to exchange cash, and it's just yeah, it's not good. So that wasn't good. Yeah, so I made a good amount of money. I'll just leave it at that. I made over 1,000, but I was really surprised about it. I was like, yay! I didn't expect to make so much. I really didn't, but I think the conditions were right, my price point was right, my plushies were right, and it just works out really good in that thing. And what else was I gonna say? Yeah, so I'm seeing this whole thing, like I'm seeing a lot of stuff that I have in my life as different. I see items as one of those things, like you spend your time trying to amass it, and then if you want to sell it, you have to spend further time trying to sell it off, hoping someone buys it. And that kind of stuff just makes me think, like, why even accumulate it anyway unless you know you're going to sell it? For me, a lot of these things that I do for these plushie things, I only do it twice a year. So if I only do it twice a year, that means that I have this pressure to push out as much as I can within 2 or 3 selling days. It is, I don't mind doing it at all, but it just kind of makes me think to myself, like, geez, I need to push out a lot, because if I'm amassing in between those selling times, right, it's like you have this, like, it's going up and up and up, and it's hard because it's like some of the things that I have, I would love to sell it online, but I can't because shipping would be way too expensive. And then you also have to think about profitability, you have to think about shipping cost, right? And every time you have to add shipping in, if the cost goes up, you either eat the cost or the buyer eats the cost. And I don't know too many people who want to spend $30 on a plushie. I mean, even just me trying to do $25 locally was kind of pushing it for certain things. See? Yeah, I mean, I didn't want to sell all 4 for $80 because a lot of people they don't want to invest $80 in a plush, right? So it's more reasonable for me to do, okay, 25, 25, 25, and then hope someone likes one of them, right? Because out of 4 plushies, one person picks one, and then out of the 3, maybe some random person will pick another one, and then the 2, yeah. And then if it doesn't sell, I take less and less home. So that kind of thing. Yeah, I rather do that. I don't want to bring a whole set back home. It's kind of infuriating. And the way that I see the sets, like I mentioned before, is I rather have a set broken up and then get rehomed and I get the cash rather than the set get complete and then I have to hold on to it and I don't get the cash. So that's just my take on it. Okay, you guys, I got to get going. My ride is over here, so I will talk to you guys later. I shall see you.